defense mechanisms. Firstly, denial. Denial is when we don't admit there is a problem. We think things like, I enjoy drinking very much and I sometimes get quite bad hangovers, but I can handle it. If other people try to get us to face up to the problem, we react very badly. The immediate survival mechanism, the short-term instinct to feel all right about oneself, means refusing to recognize our need for change. Projection. In projection, you attribute a bad feeling you have in someone else. For example, you might develop the impression that your partner is going to be extremely critical if you don't make more money this year than last. But in reality, they may be quite understanding and sympathetic. The harsh, bitter thoughts are not in your partner, they're in you, and they came from, let's say, your mother. But you've given the negative feelings, which you don't want to recognize in yourself, to someone else. That's projection. Turning against the self. This is when we think badly of ourselves as a way of escaping from an even worse thought, that someone we hope loves us doesn't actually. Anna Freud learnt that children do this a lot. A child abused by a parent will typically seek refuge in a thought which, though grim, is less awful than the alternatives. He or she will think, I must be bad and worthless, that's why my parent is behaving this way towards me. So really the thought goes, I still have a good parent. It's painful to think we're bad and worthless, of course, but for a fragile child especially, it can feel less catastrophic than the alternative, thinking we're in the hands of a parent who doesn't care. Rationalization. Rationalization is a smart-sounding excuse for our actions or what happens to us, but it's carefully tailored to get the conclusion we feel we need, that we are innocent, nice, worthy. After being rejected for a job, for example, the defensive rationalizer will say, it was a boring company, or I never wanted the job anyway. They may have very much desired the job, but it can be agonizing and deeply humiliating to admit this to the ego. Displacement. Displacement is the redirection of a usually aggressive desire to a substitute recipient, usually someone who is less threatening or easier to blame. So a classic case is someone who may feel threatened by their boss, comes home and starts shouting at their partner.